use my whole body. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back in downtown Atlanta, back in Buckhead, but this time we're staying at the Element. So let's go take a look around. So this particular room is the King Loft studio style. We did stay at another Element in Jacksonville Beach that was a one bedroom. So if you want to see what that layout looks like, definitely go check that video out. So this is a completely different sort of layout to the room, but it does still have a lot of the same similar vibes. So here we are in the foyer opening walk-in area, whatever you want to call it. I will say it is fairly decently lit with having a light over here. So many hotels don't have a light right by the door, and I just find that a little depressing. Over here to the right, we do have a little bit of storage space, not a whole lot. My drawer is actually taken up by Bibles. You do have a safe in here. You do have some tuck away storage, not a whole lot. And then on the other side, we've got some hangers, some extra linens. Weirdly enough, no pillow, but linens, ironing board, and iron. So the other Element that we stayed at had something kind of like this, but it definitely had more drawer space to it. This is okay if you're just one person, or maybe two that doesn't carry a lot of luggage. Next up, we're gonna take a look at the bathroom. Here we are in the bathroom. Now this is probably the best lit room in the room. But that is because it is the bathroom and we have lights not only in the shower but also behind the mirror, which I'm a huge fan of. However, there's not really any overhead light over in this area. We do have like our typical Marriott shower with the sliding glass barn door. It seems like it's fairly spacious in here, nothing like too crazy. Although I will say the one in Jacksonville, I think, was a bit bigger space than this one is, but it's definitely doable. They gave us, you know, whatever the brand is that they use at this brand. So like every Marriott, whether it's a Town Place Suites or like an Element or Marriott in general, they all carry like a slightly different brand of soap products. So this one's like Maricopa, I think, is the one that they use. Coming over here, we have this above the sink, which we're not usually really fans of. They just kind of flow a little bit different, but nonetheless, we do have storage space down here. We've got towels and medium towels. I do not see any washcloths in this one. Oh, they're up here. Never mind, they're up here. And we do have a full-size mirror on the back of the bathroom door so you can check your fit before you head out. Next up, we're gonna go check out the kitchen slash eatery. So here we are in like the kitchen-y space. Now this space I find has the most amount of storage compared to the rest of the room. We do have an almost full fridge, I guess you could say. It's big enough that you can store some snacks and waters and some decent meals without feeling like it's gonna get too cramped, especially like those little mini fridges. I will take this size fridge any day. We also have a freezer. Doesn't have an ice maker, but they did give us an ice tray. Hopefully there's an ice machine somewhere on the property. We'll probably go look for that in a little bit. And then up here we've got some storage space. As you can see, this is where you're gonna find your plates, your cups, your glasses, and that may vary depending on which Element you go to. But we do have plenty of storage there. There is storage up here above the microwave. It's a little greasy. You can tell they haven't cleaned that surface in a minute. We do have a microwave, and then we do have a glass top stove. I can honestly say I'll give it a go this week, but I think I might like this a little better than the other places because you do get a big burner and a small burner, whereas at the other hotels you only get 2 small burners and it does take forever to cook in there. We do have some more storage down here, so you've got some bowls, lids, cutting board, some tools that you may need, silverware, a toaster. And these drawers are pretty deep. And then down here you've got pots, pans, and a colander. Also, what's nice with these hotels is that you do typically get a dishwasher, which does help. Especially if you're making food, you can just pop it into the dishwasher. And they usually do provide you with like dishwasher detergent. You just have to ask for it. We do have like a little mini Keurig over here. Another thing that they like to do is give you like these water bottles that you can fill up. But let's be honest, this one's kind of dirty. It's seen better days.
Yeah.
For this room to have been clean, I don't know that it's that clean, but we'll see how it goes. We do have a pretty deep sink over here, and I do appreciate the fact that it's got a handle, because how many of these hotels have we stayed at where you get food on the outer edges and you have to fill a cup with water to try and like get the stuff down the drain? And then down here we've got a little more storage with the trash can and an extra set of paper towels. Now the cooking utensils are back over here. They did give us salt and pepper, and then we do have plenty of storage up here to store our snacks, which we absolutely love. And then over here on the right hand side is kind of like the eating nook area, which is a little different from the one bedroom one that we had that had a full-size table with actual chairs. This one, it looks like you're just gonna get a little eating bar. Not the worst case scenario, but if you're looking for comfy seats, I don't know that this is gonna be the one for you. However, it works. So next up, we're gonna go check out the living space. So over here in the living corner, this is what I'm gonna call it, as the living corner, we do have a couch, and it is a pull-out bed. So if you have extra people staying with you and you're staying in this room, you can pull it out and have a full-size bed, which is good if you need it. Over here to the left, we've got a little stool bench. Maybe it's the cup stool, I'm not really sure. Could be both, but you can use that for storage as well. We do have a little side table over here, so if you want to sit down and have your breakfast or your coffee, you at least have some workstations. And you're right next to the good old handy dandy air conditioning vent. I will say they did this space a lot better at the one bedroom in Jacksonville, because you kind of had like almost like a full L piece couch, if I remember correctly, and it was just like this really nice big open space. This is still nice and open, just not quite as nice as the one bedroom. Now behind us is the big window, and one thing I think Elements do is they have big windows, because the one in Jacksonville also had a really big window as well. We don't have much of a view, but we'll definitely show you guys the view in the morning once we can actually take a good look outside. Now overhead in this space we do have like this weird kind of sconcy looking light. I'm not really sure why we want to diffuse the light so much in this space. We definitely want as much light as we possibly can. But I digress. Next up, we're gonna go check out the bed. So over here to my right is the bed space. This does look almost exactly the same as the bedroom space looked at the one in Jacksonville. You've got identical side tables. They both have plugs and USBs. Only thing I don't see are like little bed lights, and I'm pretty sure the one in Jacksonville had like little bed lights, but I may be misremembering. We do have an alarm clock that has extra USBs on this side. One thing I do not see is a telephone. Oh, it's over here. We'll get over there in just a second. Usually they put it over by the bed, so it's kind of weird that they put it on the work table. But overall, this space seems pretty inviting, and it is actually quite big, because over here to my left is the workspace, and we've got a fairly large TV, which is good because this room is quite spacious for a hotel room. A lot of times I would say the hotel rooms are about half this size. And then we've got a nice big workspace over here, because a lot of times, usually the desk space is only half this size, and Gary can tell you more about that. Overall though, it seems like it's a fairly okay lit workspace, especially being that it's completely dark outside and I can still make my way around the room. So that is going to do it for this part of the room tour. Next up, we're gonna go take a look around the property.
Tell us a little bit about the parking here.
So the parking situation for this hotel is a little unique because they don't have their own parking garage, and they actually sit nestled between two apartment complexes, and it's very confusing. There's not really a whole lot of signage that says if you're staying at Element, park this way. There is a parking garage, but there's two entrances to it. There's one that when you pull out, you go to the left and it's kind of down, but it says office parking. And then there's one up the road, which is the one I originally went to, that didn't really have any signs. And actually a lot of the spots said 3-hour parking. And I was like, this can't be the right parking garage because all of the visitor parking says 3-hour parking limit. So when I got back in, after dropping Gary off when he got the groceries upstairs, I asked the front desk guy, I'm like, hey, like, I parked up the road. I don't know that that's the right one. He's like, no, you got to park at the one that's down that says office parking. And I'm like, oh, okay, that would have been nice to know since there's no signage. So I did move down there. They will print a new barcode on your parking ticket so that way you can get out of the parking garage without having to pay anything. It's just a little frustrating that every time you come in, you have to remember to stop at the front desk to make sure they stamp it, or stop on your way out the door. So you pick which one you want, but you gotta talk to them if you don't want to have to pay to get your car out. So a little frustrating and a little weird.
Here's what the hallways look like. We've seen this pattern before. They're pretty standard. And that's this one. Apparently they have music on the patio, y'all, some nights. Good to know. Here's a look at the lobby with some Foo Fighters in the background. There's a little space outside to eat, but it is right next to the main road. I wouldn't recommend it. And then you'll see there's the desk over there with the drop-off counter and Macy. Here's the front desk, and then you see over there they have a little pantry area. And then those are the elevators to the left. The outside area we were talking about, as I said, it's gonna be really noisy out here. They got a grill covered up. And they got some seats down there too. It's cute, but the noise would be crazy. Keep exploring this outside area. There's a covered area with some big Jenga. Some sofas. Not too bad. Yeah, well, there's the bar. That'll be open in the evening. It's called the Secret Garden Bar. Here's the pool area for you. Just a little square pool.
It's warm in here.
And it is warm in here, yes. I mean, it's really warm. It's almost like hot tub level warmth here. Whew.
Maybe we'll have to come check out the pool later.
Yeah. Couple chairs on each side, but that's about it. Not much to the pool area. It is quiet in here though for road noise. Back to the gym, we got some weights. We got a bench over here. 2 different bikes to sit on. Some weight machines. You got 2 treadmills on this side, 2 treadmills on the other side, and 3 ellipticals in the middle. I gotta say, this is a very long room in comparison to a lot of the treadmill or the gyms that we go to. Another weight machine. Some kettlebells and stuff. Oh, good little assortment in here. Not very many treadmills and stuff for such a big hotel, but not too bad. And definitely is bright. You see the road is right outside the window. Not too bad in here. Heading back to the lobby from the gym and the pool. This is that sitting area we looked at a second ago. It's right by the event rooms. I don't know why you get event rooms here. There's no parking, but to each their own. There are some outlets on these tables in case you need to do some work, but it's the same chairs that you get upstairs in that breakfast desk. Found the guest laundry. It's on the first floor all the way to the back. So we're looking at a few units. It's $325 to wash and dry. We're looking at, let's wash too. Let's go to the dryers. There we go. And 3. So it's about $625. Pretty average. Nothing too fancy. A little bit older machines. I noticed this in the gym too. It's kind of like when they, I guess, run out, they just kind of replace them. There's not much else to it. 30 minutes at washer and dryer times. Pretty standard, but you will find this on the first floor. If you go past the elevators, straight down the rooms on the first floor, it's on the left side after you get there a little bit. Here is the workstation in the lobby. There's literally 1 computer, 1 printer, and a little seat. That's it, and it's right behind check-in in this lobby area. Here is the bar for downstairs menu, in case you're interested in any of this stuff. It doesn't look like the kitchen's very big. I'm pretty sure they don't make anything really here. It's just kind of warmed up. We may try it one night, but we'll see what happens. Here's the breakfast area. Showed you the breakfast area. Here's what came out. The pancakes were pre-made. The sausage was pre-made. All she really did was warm up the eggs. That was kind of it. I grabbed a muffin and a banana too. One thing about this, I got down there it was about 7:30. It is now 8:10. It took that long to get my food. They have one person making food. Then she asks people to sit down, and then she forgets who's next and whose order it is. And she just kind of makes stuff, and eventually yours will come up. If you're in a hurry or need to go to work, this is definitely not a recommend because you'll never get it in time. I actually don't know if I have to eat this real quick because we're heading out in a couple minutes. So it was definitely the worst breakfast I've been to, at least with the one in Jacksonville Beach. It was pretty straightforward. People would come up. They would basically just stand in line, they'd make it, they'd move, they'd make it, they'd move. She makes you go sit down and it just becomes this cluster of who knows what, who knows where, and it will take forever to get your food. So definitely a legit tip. Make sure if you're gonna try to get breakfast downstairs, take your time. Now there's always toast, the muffins, the fruit that just about every other hotel has that you can pick up, and that's just a quick grab and go thing, which I would definitely recommend. If you're gonna wait for stuff, you're gonna be waiting a long time. Just know that. Here's something interesting. This is the parking garage. You'll see the parking rates. It's $12 daily, unless you're an Element, and then they charge you $25. That's crazy. Good old crazy. That concludes our stay here at the Atlanta Element by Weston. By Buckhead and Buckhead.
So this is the second Element that we stayed at, and I can see a lot of the similarities between this property and the one we stayed at in Jacksonville. However, I will say I still had some issues with this property. One, we didn't get upgraded, and they do actually have higher tier rooms than this, so why they didn't upgrade us, I don't really know. And the security guard would harass me every time I would go pick up my DoorDash.
Yeah, the rooms are newer, so they're fairly clean and fairly nice, good water pressure and stuff. The breakfast, though, is a mess. There's only one person making food. There's at least 30 to 40 people down there at a time trying to order. It's pre-made stuff, and yet it takes forever. And she was a trip, but she kept forgetting things and losing people's orders. So it's just a mess down there for breakfast. So if you're considering doing that, definitely give yourself about a good hour, because it took me 45 minutes to get mine.
The parking situation is a bit weird, as you guys saw us explain. You pay $25 to park here, or you can just pay $12 a day. So you do the math and figure out what's going to be best for you.
Exactly.
And also, I will say the gym was nice, the pool was nice. So overall, the amenities in the grounds were very nice and well upkept. There just were some issues. The bed was semi-comfortable, wasn't the worst bed I've slept on, but it definitely wasn't the greatest, i.e. the Peabody, best bed I've ever slept on. The shower pressure here is okay. It's not great. I do find most hotels just don't have great shower pressure.
Yeah, but overall, not a bad stay, and you're definitely close to a lot of things. You're in a very populated area, so if you need to stay at a place, it might not be a bad option, but we're going to keep searching for us.
So if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button.
And ring that notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
And we'll come and get you all for the next one.
Ain't that the truth, baby Roo?
Bye, everyone.
Bye. We just wanted to take a moment to thank you guys for watching this video. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, would you please consider hitting that subscribe button, as it helps us reach a wider audience and helps our channel grow even further. To those of you who are already subscribed to the channel, we just wanted to say a huge thank you for always being there and supporting our channel. We cannot wait to take you guys on our next adventure, so we'll see you guys in the next one.